Darcie Burtch. So we're here talking about the chapter that you have written that is now become a bestseller, Empower Her. And please go out and grab a copy because all the authors in the book have their own version of when the school of hard knocks comes and takes you and zooms you up to another part of your life through the stuff that you've gone through. Now, I love the fact that you start your chapter and you say, unapologetically, me, finally.
Finally.
And you know what? That resonates with so many men, women, people out there. But before I get into that, I will just say you're a woman of many hats because you're a social media influencer, you're a photographer, boutique owner, you're a caregiver to your father. And I know that you've become a motivational speaker and you've got a podcast called What Is Right Behind You, The School of Hard Knocks, which I dare say you share, and you do share a lot of your journey and the stuff that happens in life throughout our journey. My question to you is this, Darcie. Why did you decide this year, right now, to write pen to paper, as I've written your chapter right here, pen to paper, and spew forth your life for the world to read?
Well, it's been a long time coming. I've wanted to do it for a very
Quite a
long time.
story. Let me tell you, quite a story.
I mean, it is quite a story, and that's why it took so long for me to have the courage to do it, right?
Yeah.
Because it's going to impact a lot of people, not just outside of my family, but inside of my family. So, the chapter talks about trauma as a child and things like that. And my biggest fear was hurting my parents. And it was something bizarre for me to wrap my brain around because, I wasn't protected. And now here I am as a full grown adult wanting to protect them and protect their integrity and not hurt their feelings. But that's the way that I made. That's the way that I made. So it took me so long to finally get that courage to say, the longer that I hide this story, the more that I'm staying in this victim mentality. And I'm not a victim. Nothing that
No,
happened in my childhood had anything to do with me, but I
no.
did survive it. And I have forgiven for what has happened. And I'm okay with it now because it's made me who I am. And I'm pretty proud of who I am. So if I'm not talking about my whole story in its entirety, I'm really taking away from the hard work that I've put into myself, right? So
Yeah.
that's what finally gave me the courage to just say, you know what, this is me unapologetically, finally, and we're just going to get there and we're going to do it.
I love that you acknowledge that. What are you most proud of?
Well, there's a lot of things that I'm proud of, but to be very honest, I'm very proud that I've been able to break the generational curses of my family. I'm very proud that I am a productive part of society, that I raised our daughter completely differently. I aspired to be as wonderful as my grandmother. As you know, I dedicated my
Yes.
whole chapter to her. So I aspired to be as wonderful as her. My opportunity to serve God anytime that I can and to just be a person who lives with pure happiness, joy, and grace, despite of what had happened in the past. The past is just that, it's the past.
Yeah. You talk about, I've quoted you. These are the things that I wrote. You own the generational trauma. You've got work ethic that you're so proud. And what resonated with me, because I did my little aha moment, the longer you stay engrossed in the longer you stay engrossed in a traumatic moment, in a place of sadness, a place of hurt, or a place of pain, the more time is taken away from you. Boom.
I mean, time is such a thief, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, you can choose to use your time however you want to. I mean, the school of hard knocks it's going to punch you in the guts. Because this is about taking ownership of ourselves. You can only finger point for so long before you have to realize you have many more fingers pointing back at yourself.
Yeah.
It is time to take ownership in order to truly be free of your circumstance, your situation, whatever trauma that you have. Time will stop for nobody. It
Yeah.
does not matter what it is you're going through. That earth is going to continue to spin on its axis. The days are going to come and go. And the more that you invest in this sad thing, the more time you're wasting.
Oh my God, I love that you said that. That is
Yes.
so true. And, we see people that, and I'm sure you do, you see people out there that have so much to give, and you know that they're amazing, but they sit there in that doldrum victim mode. And,
Mhm.
for how long? I get it. Stuff has happened, and I wish it didn't, but it did.
I have done a shitload of inner work, and I'm
Well, it doesn't just
extremely
come
proud of it.
it doesn't just come like that, right? You just
No,
wake up one day and go, "You know what? I'm just gonna do this and
better.
do that." And it's continuously the inner work, even though you've done that one step. The school of hard knocks can knock you again and go, "Oh," however, from your chapter, it's quite prevalent that you've gone, "I've done XYZ, and it may happen again. However, I am now equipped with the tools because I've done the work to then be equipped for the next one."
Well, and I'm gonna get up even quicker this time, right?
That's
So
correct.
when life knocks you back down, you're not gonna stay down there for as long as you did the first, second, third, fourth, fifth, even 18th time.
And
Life is not meant, it's not designed to be a cookie cutter cutout type of program. It's meant to
how
challenge you.
boring would that be? I'd be
It's meant to challenge you.
sad.
You're going to be, and it's gonna, and I really paused at writing that when I talked about grief because like I said, I don't want anybody to think that you cannot take time to grieve. I'm still grieving the loss of my dad who's still alive, but he has a traumatic brain injury. So
Yeah.
I'm grieving the loss of somebody who's still alive. But I am not going to allow it to steal any more time from me. There's no time limit on grief, but there is a time limit on our life.
Yes.
So you can choose to grieve appropriately and enjoy what you have, or you can look back and say, man, I really wish I wouldn't have wasted all that time being pissed off about whatever it was that got you.
You don't even
It's not going to
remember.
matter. That's right.
Funny that. You don't even
Hmm.
remember. If you were to I wonder if this is gonna be the answer to the question that if you were to look at your former self, younger self, 20-year-old, which was going through a lot at that time, what would you say to her? What advice would you give her?
I would tell her that it's all going to work out better than what you could even dream of, that you are always going to be safe and that you find a level of strength that you would have never thought was going to come your way and you're going to help people. You are going to help people by sharing your story. So stay strong, continue to fight through it. And one day the glory is all going to be there for you.
So what would be one of your greatest achievements then?
I mean, one of my great gosh, I have so many because I'm proud of a lot of things, but taking care of my dad.
Yeah.
I mean, being a full-time caregiver for my dad, he's been living with my husband and I for 3.5 years with a traumatic brain injury, completely physically disabled, can't do anything for himself. We've initially thought we were going to have to press the pause button on our whole entire life and put our dreams on hold. But instead, we have grown and we have experienced things alongside with my dad. And we have just found our new normal because
Mm.
we chose not to give up.
Finding your new normal by choosing not to give up, and you have totally
Hmm.
you flipped the switch. Like, your
Hmm.
story, just you have to read the chapter. You have
Yes.
so flipped the switch. Forgiveness and the caregiving. I was a caregiver for my mum, that passed away 18 months ago. Not to
Hmm.
the extent that you did. My God, I take my hat off. However, I understand when you said grief. Grief is not just when someone passes. You grieve everything, your life, your the fact that you can't walk outside. You grieve the fact that you can't do a normal job. You grieve the fact that you can't go out and grab your favorite coffee. But then you find your new normal because all that comes around, you're like, I'm not grieving anymore. This is not grief. But you still
Right.
go through the process. And people don't understand that. So I'm so glad that you've made that quite obvious for people to go, oh, if people are going through something similar, God, if she went through that and came out the other end with this mindset, I can do it too. What?
Invest in yourself. Just invest in yourself. Love yourself.
Yeah.
Know that you're worthy of all of the good things that life has to offer you, but also know that there is no knight in shining armor that's coming to hand it to you. Know that you have got to have grit in this world, regardless of what it throws at you. You have got to
Yeah.
have grit and you have to dig deep. And the
Yeah.
deeper that you dig, the world is still going to come at you, but the deeper you dig into it, the softer your fall will be.
Yes.
So dig in and don't give up on yourself. That it's a mental thing.
Yeah.
It's just being mentally practicing in your mind and knowing that you deserve these things and don't give up until you get it.
Yeah. So I dare say that there's your inspiration if you are stuck and you don't know how to get that next level. Darcie has just handed to you on a platter. Literally, there were, I think you said 6 or 7 things in one hit. If you're
Mhm.
stuck, go back, rewind, and listen to exactly what Darcie said. And that's come from her experience. It hasn't just come from a book that she read and she went, oh, okay, well, it said, yes, we do that as well, without a doubt. But it comes from experience too. So if there's anything that came out of reading what I read was resilience. Life's going to happen. Never give up. Keep on going. And yeah, you're not going to get anything on a silver platter
Mhm.
because it doesn't exist.
No, no,
Even
the silver
it
platter
doesn't
doesn't
exist.
exist. Perfection doesn't
Oh
exist.
God, that
It just
word,
doesn't.
that word.
Perfection. I know when
We
people
can
I know.
can it leave the dictionary? Can
It's
we start
horrible.
seriously get
It
rid
just it messes with people's state of mind because they think things
bad?
have to be perfect. It doesn't exist here on earth. So your desire for something that doesn't exist is making you fail because it's the impossible to achieve.
That's correct. Yeah, I say this all the time.
Mhm.
Perfection does not exist because when I look at you and I go, "Oh my God, you're amazing, and I love your glasses. I love the way you've done your makeup." And I'm like, "Man, I wish I could do that." I can't. I don't. You know what? I don't practice it. If I
Mhm.
practiced it more, and it's also an innate thing, perfection does not exist.
No.
So I'm so glad you brought that up. The silver
Mm.
platter doesn't exist. See, you're a knight in shining armor. You're a beacon, and you're also a grandmother too, by the way. And that
Yes.
shocked me. I'm like, "What? How did you fit that in? What
They're
did you s"
wonderful.
Oh, you know what? You are an absolute pleasure. You're a light, and I can't wait to reconnect. Darcie, thank you so much for jumping on the couch and talking about the book that has now become a bestseller. Speak to you, and congratulations for putting your heart out there to close that chapter and open it for others to grow.
Yes. Yes. Well, thank you so much for having me.
Not a problem. You have a good evening. I was going to say
You as well.